and welcome back to my channel HiralsWorld. Today we are going to talk about UNICEF internships that you can get if you are studying or have recently graduated. Now UNICEF is of course very well known organization across the world, and this internship does not require IELTS. It doesn't need any work experience, and anyone can apply. And this internship is actually located all over the world, right? So you can get a chance to go to some other countries and explore those countries as well. So without further ado, let's dive in this video. But before that, if you're landing on this page for the first time, then hi, I'm Hiral. I am the career and study abroad advisor in world's largest and best university in Canada. And you will be finding a lot of settle abroad work opportunities and student advising videos on this channel. So let's dive into UNICEF jobs and UNICEF internships that you can land from anywhere if you are studying or working. And hey, stay tuned until the end because I am going to give you 2 important tips on how you can stand out in this UNICEF internship. So without further ado, let's begin. So coming on to eligibility criteria, there are different eligibility criteria to get into this internship. First one being you must be 18 years or older. Second is you should be fluent in English or any of the UNICEF languages. Now there are 3 main UNICEF languages. One is English, French or Spanish. English is most commonly and widely accepted, and if you know English or if you are studying in an English medium school or in a university, then you are bound to be eligible for this kind of internship. The third one is that you should be either enrolled in a bachelor or master's program, or you should have recently graduated. And recent graduation means consider somewhere around between 2 years. So let's say right now if it's June 2024, you should have graduated by June 2022 and you are still eligible for this, because there are some of the entry level positions as well. And then other criteria are like really related to the job. So let's say if you're applying for learning and development, then you should have graduated from business administration or from human resource or something along those lines, or maybe from education like technology or something along those lines where you can participate as a learning and development intern. If suppose you're applying for accounting, then of course you should have graduated or are already studying accounting. So yeah, the other criteria really depends on the type of job, right? Sometimes if it's marketing or let's say journalism or something, then even for those jobs, like you don't have to have the direct experience, but also you could be eligible depending on, let's say if writing is your hobby, then you can apply for journalism too, because that's the whole idea about internship, right? I always recommend to students that you must at least do one internship which is not in your country but outside your country, and also within your country you should have at least one internship. It just gives you so much more exposure to understanding what all things are required, how is really a job market, and also lets you explore different opportunities and different work cultures, and it really just kind of helps you try different things, and that's why you must do internship. So now let's come on to talk about what's in it for you. Well, if you were to apply through UNICEF for an internship, the good news is that they will 99% of the times help you to get the visa. So that means that any documentation, anything that you need is provided by UNICEF or by the company or by the department that you will be enrolled in as an intern, and that eases your visa process. It not only helps you build your passport, but it also helps you to gain exposure in that country, and not to talk about easy visa that you might end up getting. Okay, what other things besides easy visa, right? Of course, you'll be getting a good stipend, at least enough for you to survive as a student and also to get exposure and go around in the country. Sometimes some of the internships also cover flight costs as well. Not all, but some. And in a bit, we will be covering how you can look up jobs for internships and what kind of internships am I talking about here. But let's take an example of this internship that is right now available in the US. Now, if you notice that this internship has very clear criteria, it is available remotely, but you can go to the US in this internship too. So you not only just have idea about the regular internships, or you don't just have to go there if you cannot afford it. There is also an option of remote work. I mean, remote is just awesome. Okay, Besides that, like, of course, you will see that there are some of the main duties. Make sure that you read through it and then try to portray it in your application, because that's the main criteria where most of the people will keep on applying. And I hear so many times that so many of my students are like, oh, I'm just applying, but I'm not getting it. And my followers are like, oh, it doesn't matter. We keep applying, but we don't hear back. It's because there is something lagging in your application, and that's why you're not hearing. Because there are other people who are, right? Let me give you this example of one of my students who was determined to get into Google for his very first internship. He was very shy. He was applying on his own, didn't get any jobs or not even a single interview. He had one-on-one consultation with me, the resume and cover letter consultation. There, we revised his resume to an extent wherein I told him that you have to improve this. After 6 different resume sessions, we came up with something really beautiful. And I'm just going to like show it to you over here on the screen. And this got him into Google. He got an interview with Google. And of course, he was very good in his technical abilities, but was very bad in his behavioral part of questions. So then he had about 11 practice interviews. And after 11 practice interviews, he got through. So it's all about you putting in efforts, finding the right mentorship, finding the right help. And there are so many other videos on YouTube. Just go and look up what is it that's needed for you to be successful in your field. So now going back to the job description, if you notice that they are always going to give you some of the things. For example, here, see, they have even told which education or like which kind of programs are going to be acceptable under this internship. And of course, you can go through it. But the best part about these kind of internships is you get good stipend, and sometimes like the stipend is really so much better. And also some of the internships will also cover flight costs as well. Did I mention it? If not, here it is again. Now talking about your doubts, right? You must be thinking, oh, UNICEF is such a huge organization and I am just like a regular student from studying from ABC University. Why would they hire me? Let me tell you one thing. This self-limiting belief is what is going to not give you the best opportunities in your life. So make sure that you apply. Let's say if you apply to like 100 jobs or 100 internships, you might just hear from one, and then that might not be the one that you land. But at least you heard back, you know what's working and what isn't working. So work towards it and apply, okay? Hey, listen to me. You apply, okay? First step is to apply and then get that self-limiting doubt out of your mind, because you are the best. And that's why you're watching this video. That's why you are in your life where you are right now. It's only and only because of you, because you put in efforts, so then just think about that and then try to apply. Now is the time for me to cover 2 secret points. First one is, I get so many DMs as an education social media influencer on my Instagram, and I'm unable to reply to all of them, of course, but something that I keep on hearing from people is, how do I keep on top of the internships? I do want to apply, but I don't know how to keep on top of it. Totally understandable. There are 3 different ways in which you can apply. Number 1 is, of course, follow those hashtags, right? Like, for example, if you're looking for internships, follow those hashtags. I regularly post things on my social media. So also, like, of course, accounts like mine, you can always follow those as well, so that if something else is coming up, you can do that. And the third and not so well-known thing, and which I am going to reveal the secret now, is the newsletters. So for example, if suppose you are interested in UNICEF, then what you can do is you would go up somewhere over here and you will try to sign up for the newsletters. So literally, that's how you will be keeping on top of your internship offers. And now here is my second secret tip. So once you are, let's say, you have decided that you want to intern in certain area, right? Or like, let's say you're open to any type of internship and you have signed up for the newsletters, you are regularly searching, you also follow some accounts on social media, just like mine. And then what else can you do? The other thing that you can do is look up on LinkedIn the people who have done internships in certain areas, right? connect with them, because these are the people who are still students, right? So they are still like you. So connect with them, ask them questions. Hey, how did you land this position? I am preparing for this internship. Do you have any tips? Or I'd love to like catch up with you over coffee for a virtual coffee chat. And like that, you can develop and expand your network. Now, because these people are also students, they understand the importance and they are less likely to not accept your invitation than the other people who are already established in their career, right? Because how many times it happens to you that you are reaching out to people on LinkedIn and nobody ever replies? They are all ghosting you out. How many times has it happened to you? Let me know in the comment section below, and I will tell you that the numbers are going to really shock people, right? But this is the way where you cannot get ghosted if you were to reach out to the students who have just interned and are still like kind of in the beginning part of their career. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much. I'll see you next week. Bye.